A World War II photo that had not been seen in decades has surfaced again, an image of Nazi troops around an enigmatic woman. It appeared simple at first glance, just another wartime photo. However, when experts studied it close to 80 years later, they discovered things that rendered them silent. Concealed within the frame was a terrifying secret, a fact so disquieting it had the potential to upend everything we believed we understood about Nazi history. Hidden identities, clandestine experiments, and realities never intended to be viewed, all of it suggested a reality grimmer than anyone could have conceived. This was greater than a photograph, it was an entrance to an overlooked past. Early in 2023, historians digging through a forgotten Soviet archive in Kiev came across a black-and-white photograph stamped only with the year, 1943. The image portrayed Nazi-occupied Poland, 3 rifle-carrying soldiers on either side of a woman in a long coat. Her gaze was serene, even peaceful, as rifles were trained in her direction. If this kind of story touches your heart, if you're someone who cares about truth, responsibility, and speaking up for the voiceless, please like this video, subscribe to our channel Spark Science, and share it with someone who should hear it. Let's get started. A military vehicle came into view behind her, its motion blurred, and suspended in mid-air, as if time itself had been arrested. The picture was never published, never documented, never accounted for. It had simply fallen between history's cracks. It initially appeared no different from many other photographs taken during the war. However, when experts used powerful digital scanning and magnifying technologies, disquieting anomalies emerged. The insignia on the sleeve of one soldier was from a division dissolved years prior to the alleged date of the photograph. The woman's necklace bore a bizarre symbol with no recognized religion or culture of the time associated with it. And upon ultra-high-resolution scanning of the image, the symbol became the focus of attention and transformed into something eerily recognizable, an emblem associated with a covert Nazi science branch fixated on psychological warfare. The woman herself was odder still. Forensic facial comparison with wartime captives, dissidents, and resistance fighters yielded no match. Her symmetrical face, her stance, even her bone structure appeared unnervingly exact, unlike any other figure in the records. Weather reports indicated the day that the photo was taken had been sunny, but the picture indicated cloudy shadows. A smashed shop window reflected what looked like a second photographer, although no such second photograph ever surfaced. And perhaps most incriminating of all, the kind of camera lens with which the photo was taken didn't exist in Eastern Europe before 1945. How, then, was it possible that it had been used in Poland 2 years previously? Delving further, historians discovered mentions of a hitherto unknown Nazi propaganda experiment known as Operation Götterblick, God's Gaze. Its aim, to produce fictitious wartime scenes intended to mislead enemy intelligence services. Might this photo have been among those experiments? If so, it was never formally recorded in German archives. Its discovery in a Soviet file made it even more incriminating. Experts started questioning whether it wasn't staged altogether, but of something much more bizarre. Her fur was from synthetic material not common until after 1946, but the paper and ink in the photo itself authenticated as being from 1942 to 44. Military specialists recognized the vehicle in the background as being the type used primarily on the Western Front, rather than Poland. And the direction of the blur indicated shutter technology beyond what was available then. The term, chronological inconsistency, soon started appearing in classified briefings, a phrase that was previously only employed in Cold War intelligence communities. She immediately became dubbed the ghost in the photo. Her Parisian coat, her poise in the face of danger, her odd insignia, all provoked disquieting questions. Was she a resistance agent? An Allied spy? A double agent working both sides? Some experts even associated a slight scar on her hand with a memoir by a survivor of a strange woman who helped resistance figures in occupied Europe. Theories proliferated. Was she transporting intel? Head of an underground operation? Or was she more, a mole working so deep in the shadows that even her existence had been purged from files? Months of searching had finally yielded a name, Adelina Koenig. Adelina was a multilingual Jewish woman leading a double life during war. During the day, she served as a translator for the Nazis, being privy to sensitive military communications. At night, she secretly provided intelligence to Allied forces and coordinated escape routes for Jewish children throughout Europe. Her spying was so good that her name was on Adolf Hitler's personal death list. Both the Nazis and the Allies considered her too perilous to permit alive. And then, late in 1943, she disappeared. No reports, no appearances, no sign. Had she been taken prisoner? Murdered? Or had she disappeared by choice, going further underground under an assumed name? Her disappearance was one of the war's biggest espionage mysteries. In 2023, fresh AI enhancement technology uncovered something else in the background of the photograph, something much more malevolent. In the window of a military vehicle in the reflection was the face of Dr. Heinrich Fock, a Nazi physician notorious for his human testing and alleged mind control experiments. Fock had vanished in 1945, his fate never established. Facial recognition identified the reflection in the photograph as his with a 94% degree of accuracy. And then, in an instant, the picture wasn't so much about Adelina anymore. It was proof that she could not have been caught at all, but chosen. If Fock did arrive, then Adelina could have been kidnapped for something much darker, a covert operation to delete or alter human memory. An ultimate touch, almost forgotten, clinched the uneasiness. In the folds of Adelina's coat was the faint outline of a file label, scarcely perceptible, but real. The text on it, "None has yet disclosed." As the image was processed further, experts spotted what appeared to be a folded file rammed into Adelina's coat pocket. The label, which was initially out of focus, became clearer as it was processed. It had only two words, enigmatic, frightening, and unprecedented in Nazi records. Project Seelenlicht. Project Soul Light. The name caused a shiver down the spines of the research team. No records of the project had ever been found in official Nazi records, but rumors of similar code names had surfaced in isolated intelligence reports towards the end of the war. Projects concerning consciousness, memory, and attempts to warp human mind into the service of the Reich. The fact that Dr. Heinrich Fock appeared in the reflection, along with the tag inside Adelina's coat, indicated she was not just a prisoner, but a subject. Maybe it was because she was unique in her abilities, or because she had shown strength, or simply because her double life had already rendered her an oddity the Nazis would wish to examine. Other theorists took this further. If Seelenlicht included experiments in memory removal, then Adelina's removal from history was not a coincidence at all. Perhaps she had been specifically erased from record, her name, her identity, even her legacy systematically removed. But how? As the photo was stretched to its technical capabilities, another aspect of information cropped up on the glass reflection. Beside Dr. Fock was a dark figure wearing a lab coat, supporting what looked to be an early model of a camera unlike anything in the 1940s. Its appearance fit no known German technology of the era. Theories spun: was this an optical experiment? A machine not just able to take pictures, but able to manipulate them, or the minds of people who gazed upon them? If so, the picture itself may not merely depict an experiment. It may be one. As each new revelation came to light, the photograph became less a war relic and more an uncrackable code, a puzzle meant to keep its real purpose a secret. Was Adelina Koenig a spy who defied both the Nazis and the Allies, only to be captured by the depths of an experiment that annihilated her very being? Or was she in on it, playing a part in a psychological operation intended to redefine reality itself? To this day, her status is still unknown. Some say she perished in a Nazi lab. Others believe she lived on, concealed under an assumed name, with the secrets of Project Seelenlicht still in her mind. What is true is this: the photo never should have been taken. And yet, here it is, evidence of a conspiracy too heinous to be kept secret forever.